Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening newscast right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. First up, we're following breaking news right here on the Riley King Newscast. Police officer, bystander, shot, killed in Weymouth. Suspect in custody. Let's take a listen to the video from WCVB Boston.
They say it's complicated, but if you only see problems, you're missing what healthcare is really all about. It's about people and how we care for one another. And we owe it to you to find a better way.
We're continuing to following breaking news. A bystander has been killed. A police officer critically hurt in a shooting in Weymouth.
As you can see right there, officials holding a press conference. Let's listen in.
State Police and Lieutenant Colonel Chris Mason from the Massachusetts State Police. I want to express right now that this case is in its absolute infancy, and that right now we're still unveiling details as it's unfolding. But the allegations are that at 7:32 a.m. this morning, Weymouth Police Department received a call concerning an erratic driver in the area of South Shore Hospital. There was then a single car accident in this area, and the operator was observed leaving the car on foot. Weymouth Police Department responded and began to look for this person, this suspect, in the local area. One of those officers was Officer Michael Chesna, C-H-E-S-N-A. Officer Chesna responded to Burton Terrace in his Weymouth Police cruiser. This is nearby, and he saw the suspect actively vandalizing a home. He exited his vehicle, he drew his firearm and commanded this man to stop. This suspect was eventually identified as Emmanuel Lopes. Lopes then attacked Officer Chesna, it is believed, with a large stone, striking him in the head, and Officer Chesna fell to the ground. Lopes then retrieved Officer Chesna's firearm and discharged it several times in his head and chest. Additional officers from Weymouth Police Department responded and were able to return fire at this time. Mr. Lopes is believed to have been hit once in one of his legs, in the lower part beneath one of his knees. It was at this point in time a foot chase began in the area of Burton Terrace, attempting to try and apprehend Mr. Lopes. Mr. Lopes maintained control of Officer Chesna's firearm, and during this foot chase through the yards of Burton Terrace, it is believed that Mr. Lopes discharged Officer Chesna's firearm an additional 3 times, striking a local resident in her home. These wounds were fatal to her. We have not finished performing our next of kin notification, and as a result, her identity will not be revealed at this time. It will be revealed later on through normal course. Mr. Lopes was soon then apprehended during this foot chase after discharging Officer Chesna's firearm by the Weymouth Police Department, and he was transported to South Shore Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. He is maintained in police custody at this point in time. There will be an arraignment tomorrow for Mr. Lopes for 2 counts of homicide. It is unknown at this time if that arraignment will occur in a hospital or if it will occur at a courthouse. You will be notified through normal channels. It's also at this point in time that the District Attorney's Office, District Attorney Michael Morrissey, and our entire office extends our sympathies to both of the victims in this case. And it is also at this point in time, I'd ask Chief Grimes to inform you of the type of person that Officer Chesna was and the value he was to this department. Chief?
Thank you. Good. Michael C. Chesna was a police officer for the town of Weymouth. He's 42 years old. He's a family man. He leaves a wife, 2 young children, ages 4 and 9. Officer Chesna's been an Army veteran. In fact, I was speaking with his mom this morning, and she told me that he joined the military to help open the doors for him to get on this job. He was successful with that. I hired Mike Chesna 6 years ago tomorrow. Tomorrow would be his anniversary date with the police department at 6 years. He was assigned to the midnight to 8 shift. Mike worked assigned to the traffic division. He was just a great family man. He was a great officer. I would see him in the morning coming in from the street. He was always had a kind word and a good attitude. He was one of those people that truly sought this job, was fortunate enough to get it, and very much appreciated it. And we very much appreciated his service to the Weymouth Police Department. Our concerns right now are with Mike's family, as well as my Weymouth Police Department family going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. At this point in time, I again want to reiterate that this case is in its beginning, and also that the district attorney and this entire office gives its sympathies to both the victims involved. And we will be unable, because of the infancy of this case, to take any questions at this time. Thank you.
Okay, and there you go on that breaking news and that press conference. We will keep it updated as we get more information into our newsroom, and stay with WCVB Boston with the latest information as well. Democratic congressional candidate Levi Sanders raises $16K in second quarter, none from New Hampshire. Levi Sanders shares his father's name and progressive ideologue, but not his father's fundraising prowess, at least according to his latest campaign finance report. Sanders is a Democratic candidate for the 1st Congressional District House seat, while being a resident of Claremont, which is in the 2nd Congressional District. He raised $15,966 between April 1st and June 30th, and has raised a total of $27,452 since becoming a candidate in February, according to his second quarter report. Sanders entered the third quarter with $19,630 on hand for the final weeks of the primary campaign. He is one of 11 Democratic candidates for the seat. Sanders' extraditories were $6,451 in the second quarter, and a total of $7,821 for the campaign. In the second quarter, Sanders listed 12 separate contributions from 8 contributors, none of whom are from New Hampshire, according to his report filed with the Federal Election Commission. 7 contributors were from New Jersey, while 5 were from Jacob Sanders, a relative of Levi Sanders, who lives in Great Britain. His first quarter report were also listed to no contributors from New Hampshire other than 100 from Sanders himself. As has been reported, Senator Bernie Sanders has not formally endorsed his son for Congress. The elder Sanders said he does not believe in destinic politics. Woman seriously injured in Lewiston stabbing has died. A woman who was stabbed outside a Lewiston laundromat has died, police said Sunday afternoon. The victim is Kimberly, 48, of Hope Haven in Lewiston. She is the mother of 2 children, and both children witnessed the stabbing. Police say a bystander held the suspect down until police arrived on scene, and he was quickly taken into custody. Police are questioning the suspect, who is currently hospitalized after reporting chest pains. The suspect's name is not being released at this time, and it was not clear what charges he would face. An autopsy will likely take place Monday at the State Medical Examiner's office in Augusta. Stay with us for updates on this developing story. Ahead of Trump-Putin meeting, lack of preparation leads to low expectations, sources. Publicly, President Trump has said that he's been preparing for this summit with Russia President Vladimir Putin his whole life, while admitting at NATO that he expects just a loose meeting. And that does it for the Riley King newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow with another newscast. I'll have a news report coming up later on this evening. Good night, everyone. Bye.